If you have $2,000 a month, what would your life look like in Poland? This is a country in the very center of Europe, where medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, and a modern, efficient lifestyle exist naturally side by side. Poland isn't flashy or showy, but it offers something deeper, a strong sense of identity and quiet confidence. In that setting, the beauty of Polish women often leaves a lasting impression, gentle, modest, and effortlessly attractive. It's not the kind of beauty that seeks attention, but a refined elegance that comes through in the way they speak, walk, and preserve their cultural traditions. It's one of the reasons many visitors return not just to travel, but to better understand the people who live here. Poland isn't the wealthiest country in Europe, but it's one of the most culturally grounded. From well-preserved medieval architecture to rapidly developing modern districts, from stable daily life to reasonable living costs, everything combines to create a balanced, comfortable environment. In this video, we'll explore the essential sides of Poland, its people, architecture, culture, real cost of living, and the unique atmosphere you can only feel when you experience the country yourself. Let's begin. Location, climate, and the soul of the country. Poland is a true bridge between East and West. Its streets, its buildings, and even its people carry two distinct energies woven together: the precision and discipline often associated with Western Europe, and the warmth, sentiment, and emotional depth of the Slavic world. That blend gives Poland a character unlike any other country in the region, structured yet gentle, reserved yet quietly expressive. The climate here is mild overall, but the four seasons change so clearly that it feels like the country transforms several times a year. Spring arrives softly. Apple trees bloom in the parks, covering branches in white petals, and the air carries a fresh, clean scent after the long winter. Cities feel lighter, calmer, as if they're waking up step by step. Summer brings energy. Outdoor cafes fill up festivals, take over town squares. Musicians play in open spaces, and the long daylight hours make the streets feel alive until late at night. This is the season when Poland feels the most social and vibrant. Autumn is the country's masterpiece. Trees shift to stunning shades of gold, orange, and deep red. Whether you're walking through Warsaw's parks or the forests near Krakow, the scenery feels warm and cinematic. Many consider this the best time to visit, not only for the weather, but for the mood it creates: calm, reflective, and incredibly beautiful. Winter is cold, sometimes harsh, but undeniably poetic. Snow covers rooftops, quiets the streets, and gives the cities a peaceful stillness you won't find in warmer countries. People bundle up, drink hot tea, and move a little slower. There's a charm to it, an atmosphere that turns even simple walks into something memorable. Each season reveals a different version of Poland, four distinct personalities within the same country. And perhaps that is the soul of Poland, a land constantly shifting, yet always unmistakably itself. 2. Language, personality, and the distinct beauty of the Polish people. Polish is known as one of the most difficult languages in Europe. Its grammar is layered, its consonant clusters are tricky, and its pronunciation can feel like a workout for anyone's tongue. But precisely because it's so challenging, when you greet someone with a simple dzień dobry, their face lights up immediately. It's more than a greeting. It's a sign of respect. A small gesture that tells them you're willing to understand their culture on their terms. And when people talk about Poland, Polish women often become one of the first impressions that stay with visitors. Their beauty is a combination of natural elegance and quiet refinement. They stand out not because they try to attract attention, but because of qualities like a soft, effortless elegance, balanced, healthy physiques, fair, luminous skin, deep, expressive eyes. Yet what truly sets them apart is the way they carry themselves: calm, confident, graceful, and maintaining just the right distance. In Poland, beauty isn't loud. It's present, but never intrusive. It follows an unwritten code of politeness and subtlety. The personality of Polish people reflects the same spirit. They don't speak loudly. They respect public spaces. They don't interrupt. They listen fully before responding. They value tradition deeply in their family life, holiday customs, and social etiquette. At first, Poles may seem serious or slightly reserved, but once they trust you, they are warm, sincere, and genuinely caring. If you come from the United States, where conversations start easily and strangers often act like friends, this contrast will be striking, but also fascinating. Poles don't open up instantly, but when they do, their friendship is real and lasting. 3. Religion symbols and unusual festivals. Poland is one of the most deeply Catholic countries in Europe, and you can feel this influence everywhere. Historic churches stand proudly in city squares, religious statues line old streets, and the sound of church bells marks the rhythm of everyday life. For many families, faith isn't just a belief. It shapes traditions, holidays, and the way generations stay connected. Christmas Eve dinners, Easter customs, and weekly gatherings all carry strong religious roots. But don't assume that Poles are serious all the time. Behind the solemnity of cathedrals, there's a playful, spirited side to Polish culture. One of the best examples is the country's famous water-splashing Monday, the day after Easter. On this day, young people hit the streets armed with bottles, buckets, and water guns, joyfully splashing water on anyone who passes by. Businessmen, students, people on their way to work, no one is off limits. And the funnier part: the wetter you get, the luckier you're believed to be. It's a tradition that perfectly captures the dual personality of Poland, deeply rooted in faith and ceremony, yet surprisingly fun, spontaneous, and mischievous when the moment allows. This contrast, the sacred and the playful, is what gives Polish culture its depth. Here, tradition doesn't make life heavy. It gives people a foundation to enjoy life more, celebrate together, and find joy in even the simplest moments. 4. Warsaw, the capital of music, architecture, and resilience. Warsaw is a living testament to a nation's ability to rise again. During World War II, more than 80% of the city was destroyed. Entire districts, old squares, and centuries-old churches were reduced to rubble. But instead of mourning endlessly, the Polish people chose to rebuild brick by brick, memory by memory. What emerged is a capital that blends history and modern ambition, a symphony of glass, stone, and determination. Today, Warsaw feels like two worlds standing side by side. You'll see modern glass skyscrapers catching the morning sun, symbols of a fast-growing, forward-thinking Poland. Yet just a short walk away, the restored Old Town welcomes you with pastel facades, cobblestone squares, and Renaissance-style details, all carefully reconstructed to look exactly as they did centuries ago. It feels as if you're stepping from the 21st century straight into the 17th. In many city parks, as soon as you sit on a bench, Chopin's music begins to play softly. It's a subtle reminder that Warsaw carries the soul of the composer everywhere, in its rhythm, in its calm moments, and in its cultural pride. Along quiet streets, warm, intimate cafes serve as sanctuaries for locals. Despite being a busy capital, Warsaw maintains a slow, reflective cafe culture. People read, talk softly, and enjoy the moment rather than rushing through it. A few unwritten rules for visitors. Do not joke about war, Russia, Germany, or politics. These topics are deeply emotional due to Poland's history. Avoid speaking loudly in public spaces. Poles value calmness and decorum. Leaving a 10% tip is considered polite. With $2,000 a month, life in Warsaw is very comfortable. A clean, modern one-bedroom apartment, $700, $1,000. A metro system that is fast, clean, and easy to use. Reasonably priced food. a safe, orderly city with excellent public services. Warsaw is not a flawless city, but what makes it truly beautiful is its spirit of resilience. This is a capital that was once reduced to ashes and still rose stronger and prouder. When you walk its streets, you aren't just seeing buildings. You're witnessing the willpower of an entire nation. It's a kind of beauty that very few capitals in the world can offer. 5. Krakow, the historical soul of Poland. If Warsaw represents strength and resilience, Krakow carries a completely different spirit, soft, poetic, and deeply nostalgic. People often say that Warsaw is like a grown man shaped by storms, while Krakow is a graceful young woman living inside an open-air museum. And it's hard to find a description more accurate than that. Krakow was Poland's royal capital for centuries, and its royal heritage still lingers in every corner of the city. At its heart lies the largest medieval square in Europe, a vast open space surrounded by pastel-colored buildings, old arcades, outdoor cafes, and a gentle, unhurried rhythm of life. Step into the square and you'll see folk musicians playing traditional melodies, artists sketching portraits, and the soft tapping of shoes on cobblestone echoing like an old-world soundtrack. Nearby stands St. Mary's Gothic Basilica, famous for its two unequal towers, a deliberate design tied to a tragic old legend. Every hour, the Hey Now trumpet call is played from the higher tower, abruptly stopping mid-melody. This moment honors the trumpeter who was shot, while warning the city of a Tatar invasion. It's a small detail, but it shows how deeply Krakow preserves its history. Along the Vistula River, you'll find reminders of the beloved Wawel dragon legend. Children laugh as a metal dragon sculpture periodically spits fire, while visitors listen to stories that make the city feel like the setting of a classic fairy tale. But what truly sets Krakow apart isn't just the architecture, it's the atmosphere. Time feels slower here. You can sit at a small cafe tucked into a side street, watching people stroll by, listening to church bells ring in the distance, and feeling as if the modern world has paused for a moment. Krakow offers a kind of quiet that few major cities can match. When it comes to cost of living, Krakow is slightly more affordable than Warsaw. Rent tends to be lower. Traditional food is rich, comforting, and reasonably priced. The city is walkable. You can get almost anywhere on foot. Young people speak good English and are friendly and approachable. Krakow is the kind of place where many first-time visitors to Poland immediately think, if I ever lived in Poland, I would want to live here. And that's not just a passing thought. It's the natural feeling you get when you allow yourself to blend into the sweet slowness and historic charm of this remarkable city. 6. Real life in Poland. Cost of living. Daily expenses and lifestyle. Living in Poland isn't as cheap as Southeast Asia, but it is surprisingly affordable for Europe, especially considering the quality of life you get. It's the kind of place where your money stretches comfortably without feeling like you're sacrificing too much. And if you earn a U.S. income or work remotely, your lifestyle becomes noticeably higher end. A single person can live well on $800, $900 per month, eating properly, going out occasionally, using public transportation, and renting a simple apartment outside the city center. But with a typical American remote salary, you're living at a much higher standard, nicer housing, more dining out, and more freedom to explore. Everyday prices are very friendly. Milk about $1, fresh bread $1.20, 10 eggs around $2.30, lunch at a casual restaurant $8.12, a good coffee in a cozy cafe $2.03. Things aren't dirt cheap, but they're stable, reasonable, and good quality. Poland also offers several features that make daily life smooth and stress-free. Fast and reliable internet ideal for freelancers and remote workers. You can work from a cafe, a park, or a co-working space without worrying about connection issues. Private healthcare, that's much cheaper than Western Europe. A consultation at a private clinic costs only $30 to $50, far from the shockingly high prices in the US or Western Europe. Facilities are clean, modern, and staffed by well-trained doctors. Excellent public transportation. The metro trams and buses are clean, punctual, and easy to navigate. You truly do not need a car if you're living in a major city. Clean and safe urban environment. The streets are tidy, well-organized, and crime rates are low. Walking alone at night in the city center feels safe, something not every European city can offer. A haven for freelancers. Co-working spaces are everywhere, modern and affordable. Cafes open early and close late, perfect for people who like working in warm, atmospheric spaces. Living in Poland teaches you to appreciate small, daily joys. A simple breakfast at your favorite cafe, walking through a golden autumn park. The gentle sound of trams passing by, or ending your day with a warm cup of tea in a historic bakery. Life here isn't luxurious, but it is comfortable, peaceful, and deeply grounding. 7. Winter. Harsh but beautifully poetic. Winter in Poland is truly a challenge. Temperatures can drop to almost 10 degrees, or even lower. Streets become slippery with ice, and scraping snow off the car every morning is simply part of daily life. For anyone coming from a warmer climate, Polish winter can feel like a shock at first. But for those who love snow or simply appreciate quiet, cold beauty, winter is also the most stunning season. Warm yellow streetlights reflect off the snow, creating a scene that looks almost cinematic. Your breath turns into soft white clouds drifting in the air. A cup of hot coffee suddenly feels like a small luxury that warms your entire body. And the city, lively and energetic during summer, becomes calm and meditative, as if every sound softens in the cold air. Winter in Poland isn't easy, but its difficulty reveals something important about the Polish spirit, strength, endurance, and a deep emotional warmth hidden beneath the surface. 8. Nature, forests, lakes, the Tatra Mountains. Just a short distance outside the cities, Poland reveals an entirely different world. Here, nature isn't just scenery, it's part of daily life. Emerald lakes, so still they mirror the sky, endless pine forests filled with the scent of resin, rolling green hills, wide meadows and valleys that look like they were lifted straight from a fairy tale. This is the Poland many travelers don't expect. In the south, Poland's natural beauty reaches its peak in the Tatra Mountains, which form a spectacular border between Poland and Slovakia. They're not as massive as the Alps, but they have a softer, more poetic character that makes them uniquely breathtaking. In summer, the Tatras become a paradise for nature lovers. The sky turns a gentle blue, and the air feels cool even in mid-July. Wildflowers bloom in vibrant colors, purple, yellow, white, covering the mountain slopes like a natural carpet. Hiking trails wind through valleys, across wooden bridges, past streams and rocky fields. Every corner feels like a place you want to stop, breathe, and simply take in the moment. In winter, the mountains transform into a snow kingdom. Pine trees turn white, frozen lakes sparkle under the sunlight, and the town of Zakopane glows like a cozy Christmas village. Locals ski, drink hot mulled wine, and stroll through snowy streets. The atmosphere is so cinematic that it feels like stepping into a classic winter film. When it comes to camping, Poland is known for being clean, safe, and inexpensive. Official campsites are well maintained, often with shower facilities, cooking areas, electricity, and sometimes even small restaurants. You can pitch a tent among pine trees beside a river or near a peaceful lake, all offering a rare sense of calm. However, it's important to note, wild camping is not allowed in national parks. You're free to hike and rest temporarily, but overnight, tents must be placed in designated areas. Poland treats its natural environment with great respect, and its conservation laws are strict. Poland's nature isn't loud or overly dramatic. It's serene and deeply rejuvenating. With just a short drive from the city, you can feel the true heartbeat of the country, slow, pure, and full of quiet strength. 9. The Baltic coast. Poland's quietly beautiful seaside cities. Although Poland isn't famous for beaches, its 500 kilometers Baltic coastline hides some truly surprising gems. The seaside here isn't loud or overly commercial. Instead, it's calm, atmospheric, and perfect for travelers who appreciate gentle, understated beauty. Sopot is often called the Riviera of the North. Soft, sandy beaches, calm waters, and Europe's longest wooden pier stretching far into the sea. At sunset, the water turns gold, and the whole coastline glows, the kind of scene that makes you pause and take it in quietly. Gdansk offers a completely different flavor, a historic port city with Dutch, German, and Slavic architecture woven together. Narrow, colorful buildings, red brick streets, old churches, and a vibrant waterfront. The city feels like a blend of three cultures meeting at one place. Then there's the Hel Peninsula, one of Poland's most unusual landscapes. A razor-thin strip of land reaching into the Baltic Sea with water on both sides. Standing in the middle, you can see the sea to your left and right, just a few steps apart, a rare and captivating experience. Sometimes nature puts on a special show. The sea dramatically recedes tens of meters when strong southern winds blow for long enough. The shoreline pulls back, revealing wide stretches of seabed, normally hidden underwater, a phenomenon so unusual that even locals stop to watch. Summer on the Baltic coast is cool and refreshing. There's no scorching tropical heat, no humidity weighing you down, and far fewer crowds than the Mediterranean. Just a gentle breeze, steady waves, and a peaceful atmosphere that invites you to slow down. It's the kind of summer destination that doesn't need to shout. Its quiet charm speaks for itself. 10. Festivals, music, food, folk traditions. Poland hosts countless festivals, not wild like Ibiza, not commercial like Oktoberfest, but gentle, meaningful, and deeply cultural. The Pierogi Festival is a paradise for food lovers. Right in Krakow's main square, dozens of traditional dumpling varieties are served from savory to sweet. The atmosphere is warm with soft folk music playing, and people enjoying their meals as if they were at a cozy family gathering. The Opener Festival brings a completely different energy. International bands, massive stages, and young people from all over Europe gather in Gdynia to enjoy days filled with modern music and freedom. Folk festivals showcase Poland's traditional soul, colorful embroidered skirts, flower crowns, wooden instruments, and dances that preserve centuries-old stories. And then there is the Polonaise, the national dance. Slow, dignified, and graceful, more like a living poem than a performance. Gentle steps, hands-linked fabrics swaying softly. It isn't meant to impress, it's meant to honor the history and pride of the Polish people. In Poland, festivals aren't just entertainment, they're a bridge connecting the present to the nation's cultural roots. 11. Food, daily life, connecting with the people. Polish cuisine is simple but deeply flavorful, the kind of food created for long, cold winters. Soft, comforting pierogi, hearty bigos, tangy zurek served in a warm bread bowl, rich smoked meats, and winter cinnamon waffles that fill the air with sweetness. Every dish feels like it was made to warm both your hands and your heart. A charming detail is the Milk Bar, a Soviet-era worker canteen that still exists today. For just a few dollars, you can enjoy traditional home-style meals in a setting that feels nostalgic and familiar. Daily life in Poland is gentler than many expect. Sit in a small cafe, order an espresso watch, People stroll under the trees, and you'll feel a quiet peace that's uniquely Polish. Poles may seem reserved at first, but if you chat with a cafe owner or someone next to you, they open up slowly but sincerely. And once they do, you'll notice a warmth that's honest, modest, and deeply genuine. Many travelers leave Poland with the same impression. Yes, the architecture is beautiful, but it's the kindness and sincerity of the Polish people that brings them back. Poland is not a perfect country. Winters are brutally cold, people can be reserved, and the language is difficult enough to intimidate most newcomers. But in return, Poland offers things that are hard to find anywhere else, fairy tale-like architecture straight out of a Grimm story. Women with a gentle, classic European elegance. Nature that is green, calm, and never far from the cities. Tidy, safe, well-organized towns that run smoothly without chaos. A reasonable cost of living that keeps life comfortable. And above all, a deep, resilient soul shaped by a history of hardship, yet still full of kindness and quiet strength. If you're looking for a place to live more slowly, more beautifully, more meaningfully, Poland might be the answer you never expected. So how about you? Is Poland a place you'd want to experience at least once in your life? Leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe to follow the journeys ahead.